Sing in me muse, and through me tell the story of those people skilled in all ways of contending, the Dragonlords, harried by fate and prophecy. Sing of the cities they saw, of the minds they learned, of distant peoples, and weathering many bitter nights and days deep in their hearts, while they fought to save their homes and the lives of all Thyleans. Are these adventurers, muse, most sacred of daughters? Tell us in our time, and lift the great song again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragonlords, here on Neon Lights Roleplay. I am Turk, or Turk Accented, should the fame mood take you, and I am super excited to be back on your screens. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Very excited for y'all to be here joining us. I see some real cool people in the chat tonight, and we got some even cooler faces behind it with us on screen and behind the screen. So, without further ado, we can just jump right into it, because I have a fantastic group of storytellers here around our proverbial fire. I'd love nothing more than to give them a chance to introduce themselves by telling you people who they are, who they're playing tonight. And, I don't know, you do anything fun for the long weekend? You don't have to tell us all in an extension, but if you did anything like more fun you want to share, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, I'm going to toss it over to the person who kicks these sort of things off, Comrade Crash.
Hey, I'm Comrade Crash. My character's name is Leo Dracos, the Human Paladin. He walks the path. He's a Oath of the Dragonlord, and he walks the path of the Vanished One. No, just bunch of work, fun times. But yeah, let me pass it on to Chrissy.
Hello, I'm Chrissy Gritz. I'll be playing Defera Adomos. She's a Medusa Warlock, and she's currently walking the path of the Haunted One. I don't believe Calliope is here, and I believe Calliope is next, so that means... HP! To you, my friend! I never get to pass it to you.
I will happily accept the passing. Thank you, Chrissy. Hello and welcome. I am the Last Point Hero, and tonight I will be playing Thrynos, the Siren Sorcerer, who walks the path of the demigod and just wants to know what happened to his mommy. I didn't do anything fun this weekend. That's it. Over. Done. Now to my favorite two anatomical parts, the toe and the knee.
Oh, hi, I'm Tony. I'm playing Eliana Legide, the Elf Prophecy Cleric who walks the path of the Kifton One. I'm over here smashing my face into some food, like I did yesterday for a barbecue, and also got a massive ass sunburn on my shoulders and back. Because I am as pasty white as it gets. That's enough for me. Let's go over to Corndog.
It's me, Corndog. I am playing Borghild Hallharn, the Amazonian ranger who's not from these parts, walking the path of the Lost One. And I went to the Great Minnesota Get-Together, Minnesota State Fair. And I ate some cookies, I ate some mini donuts, I ate other foods, and just kind of wandered around and ate. Till I was too full and my body hurt, and then I got on a bus back home.
That's the way to do a state fair. All right, and back to me. So, that all being said, why don't we kick off with a little recap of what happened last time. Our heroes traveling the many waters of this world. Well, first off, they looted the shit out of the island of the Garden of Helios, and found a whole dragon egg, and decided next to set sail to the Island of the Fates for guidance, direction, insight, and what they've got thus far is some terrible deal that they must see through, or else be branded an Oathbreaker, and some very confusing answers, but some very important information was spread along the way. What exactly that will lead to in the future, well, I think I know, but we'll find out. As we rejoin our heroes once again with Granny Morton, I'm just gonna do my quick little cool in-character thing. Yes. Now I'm really hagging it up. because I believe somebody had just spoken. Threnos had just finished speaking to the Fates, a group of 3 hags and their myriad attendees.
Now, who else wants to speak to Granny Morta? Not be shy, I only bite a little.
Hey, Tefira? Is she actually your grandma?
Close enough. I am directly tied in a way that is very important. But I do not believe she is my grandmother by blood. And I'm gonna turn to Granny Morta and I'm gonna go, are you? Like, is that like a thing that I missed in this?
To be precious?
Granny Morta is many great people's grannies.
I'm just gonna turn back to Borghild and just have like as questioning of a face as I did previously. Question again, real quick, about the egg in the center.
For me or Granny Morta?
Granny Morta.
Oh, get silly dungeon master out of here. Granny Morta take over campaign now. Yes, dear, about the egg we have. It's a good egg, yes?
What kind of egg? Or anything about it?
An egg, of course. We have been gifted it by that Titaness Thylea. Must do our work on it, you see. It will be better than the ones they have in Mitros, but similar, and that it will be useful to Granny.
Do you know how it's going to be useful? Like, in what ways?
In what ways is the dragon not useful, my dear?
But you guys don't venture from here very often. So,
Oh, no. The world outside is so scary for Granny. So brittle. Oh, I cannot travel. And we see all anyway. What is there to go see?
so I guess the question stands, why did you need a dragon egg from Lutheria? Why did she gift it to you, guys? All of you. You're all, I suppose, equal.
She gives them to us to do our work on them, as I have done in the past.
Now, she did mention the dragons in Mitros, and you'll remember that this is like a huge pullback, so I'm gonna give this to y'all, that Mikros was like, something's weird with these dragons. Like, there's something off about them. So, yeah, apparently the Fates did that. Whatever it is.
What would you change and why?
Oh, the other feathered one speaks. Hello. Yes, well, it is family secret recipe. I cannot be telling everyone our business. And it is that way because they are requested to be that way. And because they are easier to handle.
When staring at the egg, is there anything about it that looks like it's been cursed or like there's been a magic put upon it that wasn't like naturally there, a part of the dragon eggy?
I mean, what exactly do you mean?
Like, I've seen a bunch of dragon eggs now, because everybody's getting eggs these days.
Mm-hmm.
Does this look fucked up in comparison to the eggs I have encountered thus far? Like, is it giving, like, Secret of the Ooze kind of energy, or...
It's not like... It doesn't look mutated or strange in any certain way, but it looks like whatever magic is basically being worked on it is occurring. So, you know, in time, they'll apparently do what they've done to all the eggs.
So you guys are just in here incubating a bunch of very behaviorally appropriate dragons?
Big words for a small thing like you. Did you finish your stew?
I will take it. I will drink the rest of the stew. And
Oh, good, good. Drink plenty, plenty. There's so much skin, not enough muscle and fat. Would have to fry you up instead. But no, we make the dragon easier. You see. Like the Lady of Dreams wants. But this one, this is for us. This is for Granny.
I'm under the impression that Granny's gonna, once his dragon hatches, gonna try to eat it.
You can make an insight check.
Cool. Oh, my pink fuzzy dice! 27. Sorry, I just switched dice on D&D Beyond that one.
I mean, it's not off the table. Their intentions are unclear, but they clearly have a whole operation of their own that it works in weird, mysterious ways. Could be spell component, could be food, could be they just want a big dragon. I mean, you can see that they all kind of have plans.
DeFera's
Yeah,
gonna
it's looking
kind
like
of
it's this. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
go for it. Well, I was just gonna say DeFera's just kind of standing a little bit more off to the side, probably at this point, looking at the egg herself, and just giving whoever else has questions for the Fate space.
I'll go. I have a question. Are you guys like the fates of like everything, or just the fates of this area?
We are the fates. What do you mean?
Like, are you aware of things beyond just like this kind of region?
We are aware of many things, far traveler. Like you do not smell of this place.
What does Star Traveler mean?
Far traveler.
Far Traveler. Sorry. Okay, good. Am I like? Do you know if I'm on like my planet or place of like birth and stuff?
Were you born here?
Not here.
Then you are not where you were born.
A very simple question. You're very kind to Granny Morta for asking such stupid question.
All right, I'm just gonna back up.
You can see DeFera internally kind of just like wait for it, like just like this is the moment, and when it doesn't happen there's going to be like a heavy sigh of relief of just like, oh, okay, all right.
I'm gonna go and try not to cry over in a corner because some old ladies told me I'm stupid.
I get the feeling they kind of feel that way about all of us, though.
Did we
Who's
get
in
what we
this
needed?
room with us, like looking at the map?
I think behind us, like where most folks are on the steps, is where the Medusa and a bunch of other folks
And Medusa
are.
and Lamia are standing behind y'all.
And then the shambling mound was outside.
Mm-hmm. Beyond that, you probably can't see much.
Is there anything here that looks important besides whatever's going on in that cauldron?
I mean, divine important?
I don't know. Something that could be helpful. Something that they might not miss.
Is anything glowing like a quest item?
I mean, the loom they're using here is pretty significant. It looks like it's made of giant bones.
Anyone have any other questions for Granny Martha?
Is there
Godfrey? Yeah.
anything else we need to know right now?
So that depends. Do you like being informed? And are you willing to make deals?
I kind of glance over at her and then glance back at everyone else. I mean, all of you, is there anything else that we really need to know? Because they're incredibly unnerving and we've learned some.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can get without paying a deep price, I think.
I feel like just being here, we're going to be charged something.
Or we are going to get insulted and, make us cry. I don't
Like, what's going to happen with this nymph that we go get for him? Or wait, we don't know about that.
Yeah,
Never
no,
mind.
no,
Cancelled.
Yeah, I think Leo speaks up and it's like, hey, Defera, are we good? Then he kind of just gestures with his head. Maybe.
She gives an awkward kind of thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are good, I'm good. Solid on my part. Unless they need anything. And she's gonna start kind of walking away. As she does, she will kind of give a courteous kind of bow or whatever kind of I don't know, appropriate thank you is, and start heading towards her friends.
Remember your word. It is very important. Do visit Granny again soon.
Is that like a safe word? Password? Kind of word.
Alright. And we're off.
Heading back to the ship?
Yeah.
Can I flick a booger in their cauldron before we leave?
Sure.
Cool. For flavor.
Thank you. A
Hi.
little
Is
bit of
it?
yourself, yes.
What do you mean for flavor?
They fish it out and
No.
Put that back. You put that back.
hey, look, you gave
I was trying to be a brat. Don't you do this to me.
Oh, gross and bad.
Delightful.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
What did
I'm
you
gonna leave.
expect?
I don't know. I was hoping it could possibly ruin whatever they were doing. You know?
They eat the garbage soup.
Porkhill doesn't know these things. I know nothing about the fates. I just know that they're allegedly Defera's grannies.
As Defera puts down a empty bowl.
well,
Probably the team would see that Defera, through this interaction, this is probably the most eldest daughter energy, just trying to make her parents happy because she doesn't have any parent. This is the most compliant and appropriate she would probably ever be. Completely different than you've seen her in other spaces.
on our way back to the ship. That was incredibly awkward. And not what I was expecting at all.
Mm-hmm. What were you expecting?
I honestly don't know.
Well,
I'm processing a lot right now. I mean, they wanted so much from us. At least it felt like it. I don't know. That's the feeling I got. They...
I mean, you do. You give a lot to get a lot from the Fates. That is the point, I think.
Did you get a lot?
Got this? This has been a lot, yeah.
But has it been good?
Some of it. I mean, some of it has been good. Not all of it, though.
They showed me where my mother was.
Do you want to go there?
I do very much. I feel like just knowing it, that there's a hook pulling at me, though. I feel like I know something I'm not supposed to know. But it's something I've wanted to know so badly.
Do you think it makes you feel better or worse?
I don't know. It was like standing in that palace and being told by Pythor that everything that I thought I knew about myself, that I hated about myself. I was so worked up to chew him out over that. And what I thought I knew wasn't even true. And it feels that same way again. It's like everything I thought was true isn't.
I suppose the reality is that you can look at anything as good or bad, right? But feels like knowing is better than not. At least there's no questions.
Question becomes, I don't know. I just feel like I've been wrong for so long now. I don't know how to deal with that. I feel like I've been upset for so long for nothing. Well, something I can do, we can do, maybe. Something we can change.
I'm gonna ask a weird question. But do you think you're just kind of feeling weird because if she's alive, why didn't she try to get in contact with you, right? Because I would think that, I think.
Why have I not heard from her? Why did she spend my entire life lying about who my father was? Why didn't come back that night?
So maybe we give it some time, find somewhere else to go, do a little bit more work towards not letting the end of the world happen, I guess. And then if you decide you want us to go with you, I'm sure Borghild would have a few things to say to somebody. Maybe throw a thing or two in somebody's general direction in defense.
I both want to run straight toward her and run away from her. I don't know what's best.
Tavares look at the rest of the group. I don't know. For me, sometimes just not deciding or making a choice is the best choice I can do, because if I do it, when I'm really pissed, somebody usually turns to stone. So, I mean, maybe the details are different for you, Threnos, but I've seen what the feathers can do, and maybe we wait until the feathers hurting people isn't quite as much of an option as they might be currently, when emotions run high.
We have a lot to do. I think whether my answers wait longer or not is fine with me. For now. I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow. The day after. I guess that's just how that works, isn't it? What else do we need to do? What else is on the list right now?
Well, I think that there were a couple of other islands. I think we had talked about and she's going to kind of look to Eliana, because I can't quite remember. Didn't we also talk about going back to the one with the volcano? She's going to, look around to the rest of the group, because Chrissy the player can't fully remember, but so I'm sure Tefera also does not remember.
The
In what
Fire
island?
was a possibility, but we don't have a way to go beneath lava to basically rescue the Titan that's beneath it. We still have Pythor's ex to deal with.
Yeah, we have to deal with her at some point.
I don't know what your thing's saying. It's not showing up very well.
Oh, you don't need to see it, but basically, Pythor fucked the dragon named Hexia.
Yep, her.
And Hexia has Threnos' mom.
Say that.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
It seems like the natural next thing to do.
I sat here and looked at it, and I was like, I feel like this one was the one that was
on the
getting
list
the urgent symbol from Outlook, put over the top of it. That could just be me.
I would need to see the constellation map to then make another thought process happen.
Above table,
wow.
I think the only place we were actually talking about going was dealing with Hexia.
There's also Charybdis. Oh no, Charybdis was off limits because it was all fucked up, and it's what's-her-nuts' place.
Did we talk about Praxis, too? Didn't that come up?
Praxis is Sidon's.
Praxis
Sidon's
You want to
Silly
head
Tower.
straight for Praxis.
No, I'm okay.
We go
thanks,
against
pal.
Sidon's Silly Tower defense mechanism.
There's this little message anytime we look that direction that says, "Are you sure you want to end all quest lines?" And
Yeah, if you continue through this path, other pathways will be closed off to you. This is considered endgame material. Would you like to continue?
No.
Because we still have the Queen, the Blacksmith, the Spear, the Trickster, the Ant, and the Warrior. Did we know what island? Oh, never mind. It's right there. If I look with my eyeballs,
What do your special eyes see?
the dragon. That's where the dragon is.
Mm.
Is where?
The dragon. Dead
Dragon's
center.
where the Isle of the Dragon is.
Oh,
Yeah, that's under the constellation.
It's
Exactly.
like it's like the only
Thanks,
one where
everyone.
the island
Thank
underneath
you.
makes perfect
Use
sense.
your vision spheres. I don't know. Let's go. Let's.
Pot.
I know the ant was also a really fucked up place. Like it was like the island where the 3 Titans strips died immediately.
Titan's Folly. That's actually the place where.
Poison Island.
No, that was elsewhere. That was in the Nether Sea. But
Oh, true.
Titan's Folly, you got told there was a story about there was the Titan who made the race that got like challenged to make a race by Oathsworn, and then they were like, hey, these guys are gonna fuck everything up if they get to be around, and so they got, sequestered away, and the Titan was forever punished by pulling around Oathsworn's barge
Right.
in the Nether Sea. So
Let's. Should we just bite the bullet and just do the spear so we can get the silly joke over with? Add another to my collection in the form of stars.
We might as well give Threnos some time to think about if he would like to try to find his mom.
Why are you laughing, Turk?
everything's fine.
I think you're
Turk has
liar.
Hexia plant.
No. I mean, like, obviously, I have some degree of planning in that regard. But
When it comes to non-linear storytelling, you can't really plan in advance because that's not how this works.
exactly. So it's not that. I am just instead finding it very funny for other reasons. I'll grab my book and pull that over. But if this is what I think it is, then this should be funny, and I'm down for it.
Boy.
Oh boy! Oh, holy doors!
No, we're gonna get canceled. They're gonna sue us. Oh, that was the wrong shape. Oh God.
But yeah, is that the plan? Y'all load back up. No further exploration of the Isle of Fates.
Yeah, fuck this place. Fuck
Yeah,
too.
there's nothing else I'm looking for.
This place smells. It's weird.
Okay. So, let's get you all back onto the ship.
Just gonna draw.
Play some things. Give me a second. Getting back onto the ship, your crew asks, rather Captain Mastocus will ask for a heading.
The spear.
I think we'll go to the spear for now, but
We haven't charted those waters. Are you sure you want to head there?
God damn it.
I mean, look, he's just asking.
it's there, the bard.
I mean,
Is
What's
that
our-
all the warrior?
Travel times.
hard to say, but quite a bit of a ways out. With the roughness of the Forgotten Sea, what we experienced, I'd give us 5 or 6 days, depending on the weather.
Holy shit.
Remember, all travel time in the Forgotten Sea is double.
That's wretched.
To get to the bard or the spear?
The spear. For reference, this is taking us quite often around the eastern coast of this land. At least from what I can tell. What lies there, I don't know. But if y'all want, I can show you.
I mean, to an extent, we may as well just get it done and over with.
You're basically heading over here, if you see where I'm pinging. All the way to the east.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going way around.
You know, it's like Some islands can even be up here or down around. Actually, you have the coordinates. That's the Isle of the Dragon over here on the west. So
Where are we right
I thought
now?
about us better mapping our entire.
We're
We're in the
here.
middle of the Forgotten Sea.
you're like here. Actually, this one I think, but I can refer back to it for greater accuracy. So you're like in the edge of the Forgotten Sea, primarily still the Cerulean Gulf. Ah, here you go. Yeah, you popped over here. That was the Garden of Helios down there, and now you're trying to head all the way over here.
God bless.
God, I feel like
we're
we should
over
be a
here.
little bit more economical about our time.
Or
We're
over
at the
here.
F of the Forgotten Sea.
Yeah, but you want to be, but the other way was still over here. Yes.
Well, I mean,
Like,
if we
you're
do
Get there.
the spear, we're right
8.
by the other one that's also there, which is the trickster.
Yes, that is correct.
So at least, like, if we're gonna go that way, we could hit 2 and then come back. So we're not absolutely destroying our time.
I feel like it would be a good idea to be a little bit more ready before we face another dragon.
2 birds, 1 stone.
We could really use an airship right now.
Do you have materials? Or
Yeah, we have a chariot that just took off. Just strap it to the front.
Well, it burns
Ooh,
with
yeah.
radiant
I'll let
light.
Oath have that chariot if it means he can get us a flying ship.
yeah, well, you see, the thing is, it's not really me working off of magic. There's components, and I mean, I can point you the direction that my ship crashed at. At least what I believe it's still. If it's still there, there maybe is something to salvage, but it sounds like you're already on a pretty tight deadline. I mean, was it 38 days? So, and again,
We really should be more economical about which direction we're going.
we got a lot of things to do.
The closer one is either the it would be the warrior.
Where's the warrior?
Do you know where these places are?
How do you know?
Oh, it's just the fact that it's in the Forgotten Sea, so it wouldn't be too long of a travel. Everything else is gonna be in the BFE.
Yeah, there's all this stuff over here. Actually, you can see Praxis all the way down there in the bottom right.
Load up.
That.
Cute. Anyway, yeah. So, where ye want to be? But y'all
I
back
agree
under the
that maybe
constellation.
doing something closer.
Well,
There's also the queen,
yes, the queen.
or the queen and possibly the blacksmith? Question mark.
Is the dragon not close to us?
The dragon is not. The dragon was the one that brought you all the way over. That's an 8-day journey.
It just looks so close on this map. That what my brain was using. On the constellations. It looks close in my heart.
Yeah, the constellation's just right over us.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
I can see it from here.
See Russia from my house.
I think ultimately, DeFaro will walk over to Threnos and kind of put a hand on his shoulder. Threnos, this is a big deal. But I think the choice is kind of up to you right now. Whether we go one direction or the other. Because I think if we go one direction, we're doing it for you, bud. And that's okay. But I think right now, we just need to know where you need to go.
Is there anything on the way there, Captain?
I mean, I assume there are multiple islands. I'm just working off of what you've charted.
Yeah, but I mean, is there anywhere we haven't been yet that would be helpful and relevant?
The ghost captain, I have not been a part of actively searching this land for a very long time. I am kind of still getting the feel for what I am capable of doing. So I don't know.
While this conversation's happening, can I go find Pythor?
I was about to find Pythor too and ask him.
Sure. Yeah, he's around.
I was going to do the same thing. Unless you were looking for him for a different reason, in which case that is not why I was looking for him.
I mean, I was going to ask him if he knows any shortcuts to... Basically, it was just going to be, hey, do you know any shortcuts to your ex's place?
Can you fly?
Sorry, Hexia's place?
Thank you.
And I'm gonna watch the goosh, like the sound effect sound that happens at the start of movies.
Yeah,
And watch that go through his brain.
Well, I don't suppose you can fly.
I mean, I can, but that's new.
Start, but I mean, I'm not totally certain. You have to remember, the Ultros here is probably the best ship on the seas right now.
I guess maybe the other question then would be, is there any of these islands we've not visited between here and Hexia's Island?
Well, there's always Indigo Island, right? I think, because that's on the way. There was a bit of a weird one, but that should be on the way. That's under the sign of the Queen. I mean, I've been there once or twice, but it's just an island full of warring tribes. I suppose if you got them on the side, that might be worth some effort.
Because I want to deal with this, and I want to have answers to this, but I'll look over at Defira, wherever she might be. I don't want to ask everyone to go completely out of the way if there's nothing else that direction.
I mean, assuming you're talking about taking out Hexia,
Hexia has my mother captive. She's not dead.
What? Oh my. Yeah, well.
Apparently, she's there telling stories every night. And I guess I don't know how many more stories she would have. I'm sorry, everyone, but can we just go straight there?
Yeah, I was actually going to suggest going straight there as well.
I mean, if it helps you feel any better, I imagine Hexia's been around for a long time. She undoubtedly has a lot of resources and valuables to put towards your adventures.
She has my mother.
And more than anything else. Well, I'm with you. And you all begin setting sail under the towards the stars, the sign of the dragon. As you head out, is there anything anyone does on the first of an 8-day journey?
I'm once again going to encourage Leo to train.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I go spend time with them as they keep insulting my roles.
I need you to hit so bad.
All right.
Courtney, feel guilty.
Right. No, watch this. I am going to use my sword. I'm gonna attack a dummy. Oh, wrong button. 24.
Wow. Good job,
Actually,
Leo.
doesn't hit, and that's really high, I see.
No.
No, you do, absolutely, yeah.
All right. It's looking better.
Yeah. Thank
Now,
you.
if you could
I
just keep that
appreciate
up,
it.
A+.
Yes.
Hi.
Also, Leo, I have a question. Oh,
No, go ahead. No, you continue.
when are you gonna like kiss Tefera?
What? Like, as he's like practicing, he kind of just lets go of his sword, just like, and it tears across.
Do anything to push you off your guard, and I shove him really hard.
Oh my.
I don't even know if I have athletics. Well, I'll do my part. 23! Get fucked!
no.
I was pushing you.
Yeah, no, yeah,
but
I fall to the
also-
ground.
Then afterwards, I'm just gonna stand there. But seriously, like,
But seriously.
what's this about? And I'll just come sit down on the ground next to you.
Yeah, yeah, he kind of just like, smacks the floor. It's like, I don't know. We have more
Like,
important things.
I was getting like, I was getting it, but I saw you like tucker in on the beach, and I was like, wow, that's super sweet. Like, that was really considerate and thoughtful. What a guy. And then I see you guys look at each other, and it's like big goo-goo, yes, eyes. And then I just kind of sit there, and nothing happens. Like, it's about you guys, but I also feel like I'm being robbed from this moment. Not to be a creep. I'm really excited about you guys, and I see the potential. And I'm just wondering, what's good? What's happening?
I don't know. Well, I think, oh, yeah, Leo lays out, well, I was in a relationship not too, long ago, like before we started this adventure. I was with, someone for, you could say, over 500 years. So I'm very rusty right now.
That's fair.
But no, like, yes, sure, yes. I know that's part of courtship and whatnot. But honestly, I have to be stronger. I have to be able to protect them, protect all of you guys.
I mean, I'm good. But yeah,
course.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no, yeah. And I know you're good. I want to be better.
Respectable. I'm gonna help you back up to your feet.
Yeah, and I just like dust off.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
pry, but I am trying to instigate, so I hope you just don't mind.
No, it's fine, you know. I'll find the right time, you know.
Hell yeah, you will.
You know, we still have 38 days left, you know. Maybe when this is all over. But we'll see.
38 days is a really long time. I was like thinking like 38 minutes.
38 minutes? But
I don't
still
know.
need more training. And he goes and runs off and picks up the sword. What? No, I'm not gonna kiss you. He says it a little too loud.
No, not me. This isn't about me. You know who this is about.
Well, then keep it down.
You started shouting. I'm matching energy.
It's not me,
Tefera
right?
would like to do a perception check on if she hears Leo shout, "I'm not gonna kiss you" or whatever they just shouted at Borghild.
Bulbug is not me, is it?
No, it's not you.
Oh, okay. Good.
Did you want it to be you, Bulbug?
I got things in my teeth right now, and I don't think it's
Okay.
gonna be good for anybody.
Alright, I'll just check in later.
11. I mean, up to y'all, it's a big ship, but not that big.
Maybe you hear "kiss you."
The smallest amount.
Do you want to hear it?
Just people shouting.
Defera's head will like pop around a corner, but will then just keep walking to wherever.
I think Thrynos will probably spend the majority of the 8 days with his egg up in the crow's nest.
Alright, well, this is just the first day.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
And the first day up in the crow's nest with his egg.
Has your egg hatched? Or is it still egg?
egg.
I haven't gone up to the crow's nest because that's not my business. So Courtney, did not know.
Oh, that's fine. There's not a stay outside or anything on it.
But yeah, unless anyone has anything else, the first day will pass. The start of the second day, each of you in passing will note that your ship has begun sailing into waters that are curiously transparent, and the white sands of the seabed are very clearly visible. Continuing to sail on, as I imagine this is a very novel and lovely thing for folks, you begin to see what appears to be a dense coral forest. However, looking closer, it reveals that this coral forest actually seems to be some kind of undersea village of some considerable size, with various merfolk all about, and a few of them even come up to the surface. And that is when...
Waves so fast.
Yeah, they absolutely wave back. A lot of them are very excited and are tossing up seashells and asking, "Who are you? Where you're from, stranger?" And that is when a dolphin will kind of shoot up out of water, flip, and then mid-air shapeshift into a young sea lady. I will show to you here. Just sands. Before you see is clearly a younger merfolk with a lot of coral jewelry and strewn about a kind of goldfish, or rather clownfish style pattern of patches. And she looks at all of you as, "Greetings, strangers. My name's Yola. Where are you all from? You don't frequently get visitors on ships."
From the mainland, I guess.
Fantastic! Oh, that's so exciting!
No, I mean, Thylea.
I mean, that's too happy. Whoopsie daisies. Sorry. That's still very fun. My goodness.
I don't know if I'm from this planet.
Well, you look like everyone else here.
Wow.
I look at everyone else on this shit and then back at myself.
There's a minotaur.
Comically.
A god. 2 centaurs. A
To be fair, I don't see many other kinds of people, so I don't know. But sorry, I don't mean to delay you at all. I'm sure you're all very busy on adventures, but if you'd like, I could offer you some hospitality of my father's?
Who's your father?
Oh, Highwind.
Highwind? Who's
Yes.
that?
Well, he's my father, and it's kind of in charge around here. And I'm sure if you all wanted to come say hi, we often get air breathers. But his particular section of the palace is not completely underwater.
Question: like, if we need air to breathe, how do we get there?
Oh, we'll just cast out an anchor, and then you can swim and follow me.
I mean,
No, what if we're bad at swimming?
Not to be rude, but we've kind of met a variety of people in our travels, and don't know.
Sorry. You don't trust me. Totally fair. Totally fair. Yes, completely. Oh gosh. I guess you're not with the Titans, though, are you?
Very much no.
Oh, okay, good. Because in that case, you should be totally fine. My father hates the Titans, and so if anyone's even close to them, it's a no-go right from the start. And I can understand if you're with them being suspicious of us folk, given we're
Well, yeah, if you're not going to drown us, then I think a quick pop in should be fine.
You're not gonna drown. I mean, we could always use more assistance in the time to come.
We need to know better ways through the waters, so maybe we could get to where we're going faster.
I mean, maybe my father's pretty cool with magic. Got all the magic.
Magic's pretty cool.
Magic is really cool. Ocean magic, and just regular magic too. But I don't know.
Anyone that hates the Titans is worth talking to.
Sure. So you coming?
Sure. How about a brief delay?
Fantastic. And she'll just backflip off the boat and jump into the water.
All right, guys. No time like the present, and I try to do the exact same thing.
Want to make me an acrobatics? See how well you nail it.
Oh no! Oh shoot! My acrobatics is bad. Oh shoot! A 5.
You don't quite nail the landing there. You get you don't complete a full cycle and end up kind of just going head first into the water, which is fine because it's the sea. It's not glassy and tough in this particular sense. So, but it's not very graceful. But it looks like she's already begun swimming over towards what you all can see as you kind of follow her line and path. Kind of the top of a particular bit of coral a bit closer to the mainland that has what seems to be a carved out space in it.
Yeah. Direction. Thanos jumps in to swim.
What if swimming is shitty for some of us?
Are you afraid of swimming?
Borghild has a visible fear of getting in the water.
Weren't you
Which
there
you
for
can't see the bottom.
See the bottom of this one though, because it's clear.
I was going to say, the first time you were here with us, you wanted to do a
We
naked
went skinny
bath.
dipping, but I could see the bottom of the water there. We weren't that far out.
Hmm.
It's different.
You'll be fine.
How to help your friend deal with fear. You'll be fine.
Are you over by the side rail? As you
what?
may or may not be getting a gentle push over the edge.
My armor doesn't let me swim down.
It only goes up.
I go back up to the top of the water.
It's like a floaty.
It is. And I don't want to take it off. I'm nervous.
I'll tread water next to you if you made it into the water then. It'll be alright. I mean, there's a lot of... I could bring a couple of them up here maybe to swim you down. And I'll point, because it's really clear, so I'll point to where you'd indicated which direction she went, right? You said there was a little outcropping of coral or something.
Does anyone just have the ability for me to breathe underwater? Can anyone help with that?
You literally have armor that keeps you floating.
I
Yeah, so you don't
know.
want to take it off.
I can't. I don't want to take it off to go down.
You told you don't have to go down. It's not swimming down. It's a not fully submerged cave area.
I misunderstood.
Oh, I did not understand that.
I was
so
thinking
never mind. Then
a
I will swim
under-
happily across the top of the water. Ignore me. I'm just fine. Don't want to be underwater.
I could have if I had prepared the spell, but obviously I didn't prepare the spell.
I'll swim next to you then. Tell me, does Bork Hill doggy paddle?
Oh yeah.
That's alright, just keep kicking. You've got
Just
it.
keep
We're-
doggy paddling. She'll flip
Almost
over at
there.
one point and do chicken bird soldier when her arms get tired. Because she's very dexterous but not very strong, so she's just doing her best.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Mariner's armor literally gives you a swim speed.
Oh. Why am I the best at swimming? I'm Michael Phelps.
You just
Don't worry.
you're doggy paddling really fast.
I'm really the buffest doggy paddle you've seen in your life.
Seem to be doing really well for someone that does it.
I want
Your
out.
face does not match your skill right now.
I want
All I'm
out of
saying.
the water.
But yeah, I assume everyone is going and...
Yeah.
Okay. All of you enter into what appears to be kind of a sort of meeting area, study sort of thing, where an older merfolk is consulting with a few books that seem to be kept on high shelves and covered in sealed off spaces. And he looks up and... Father, we had passing sailors today, and they've agreed to speak with you. Oh, that's lovely, Iola. Greetings, friends. Be welcome in my home. I am Highwind. I am leader of these people.
That's wonderful to meet you, Highwind. The Oracle's chosen.
Did we hear anything about that, Iola? Some kind of force for the Titans or against them? Very inconsistent reports with all the ink running. I'll have you know, if you are a friend of the Titans, then you will not be... No, Dad, they're gonna fight the Titans. Apparently not friends of the Titans. Oh. Thank the gods. Right, well... Consider my threat rescinded. Is there anything I can help you with?
Well, we're on a little bit of a time constraint. We have a lot of islands to visit, and we only have 37 days now until the Oath of Peace expires, and well, I'm certainly at least looking forward to the opportunity to deal with the Titans. It's not going to be easy, and the more we can do before we face them, hopefully the better we'll do against them.
Yes, well, if it brings down those dreaded twins, I'll do anything I can to assist you. In particular, though, I have much lore on the subject of my foes. You know, a bit of magic.
I'd certainly be interested in ways of dealing with Sidon. Ways of making our ship go faster. Avoiding Theria haunting our dreams. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of things we could have asked the Fates and didn't.
Fates. Terrible things. Always trying to prey on my people. You should not align yourself with creatures such as those. Do harm on them if you can. That is my wisdom I offer you in that regard. As for the Titans, I could...
awkwardly look over at Fear.
Apologies. I understand the look of one who is cursed with the Medusae. Perhaps, I hope your future interactions go much more positively. Be warned, their island is near here. That being said...
Don't say.
Really? In about a thatwardly direction, about a day.
Oh yes, I see what has happened. You'll note again that I've been a fool. Apologies. I hope I have not stuck my fin in my mouth. But to my offer, I could examine your ship and see what enchantments may be placed upon it. Strengthening existing ones, perhaps?
I think that is the case with this particular ship, yes.
Will it cost anything?
Do you swear to defeat the Titans?
We actually were hoping that you could possibly lend assistance with that when the day arrives. If you're willing.
Truly.
Not only are we trying to find ways to defeat them ourselves, but gaining allies along the way is also a additional step in the right direction.
My people are not true fighters. At least not many of us. But I suppose a force could be prepared. Ranking them from the sea, I assume you would have us muster at your city. Or should I keep track of where your ship lies?
We haven't really planned the final confrontation yet.
We're still figuring out how to defeat them, let alone where to do it at. We know where they are in a sense, but we don't know if they'll muster all their forces upon Mitros first and then try to take over the rest of the land, or if they'll target us first and then do whatever they want.
Historically, they've attacked Mitros first. That's the goal.
Surprised.
To take the seat of the Five as their own would be a major victory for them. You all think on this, and a moment. He goes to where he has a small desk and reaches down where he has various different colors of coral, and he seems to break one off and then slice it with a special knife into smaller chunks. Kind of like about the size of a Tums, basically.
Then he eats it. It's just his thinking candy.
He offers it all.
Want a Worthington.
That's a different anemone. He motions for all of you. Please, this coral, when ingested, acts as a unique, potent alchemical combination I've been working on. Should allow you to breathe water and strengthen your mind and your constitution. Essentially, it functions as both a potion of water breathing and heroism at the same time. Let this be the first mark of our new friendship.
It is generous and appreciated.
Of course.
Do you chew it? Because as far as I know, coral is essentially bone, and it's not something you want to chew.
I would not recommend it. Attempting to swallow it, it's softened by the effects of your saliva and other flesh and access to whatever's got going on. Magic.
It's a quick dissolving tablet.
It's a quick dissolving tablet. Naturally.
Effervescent.
Hmm.
Oh god, now I'm
I
thinking.
even have it put in water. Look, it fizzes.
Mix it into some hot wine.
Heat up some water. Look, it fizzes. Changes the color. There's a little
Fizz.
There's a little toy dinosaur inside.
Does a toy dinosaur absorb the water and then get bigger?
Yes.
Yes.
No. But yes, he marks that. And then you're going to hear Yoa. If we are being generous and swearing allegiance to our new friends, perhaps an envoy could be assigned. And he turns quickly. No! No, my gods! Yola! Cannot risk you. Let alone one of my own people on a... Well, perhaps someone else may go, but not you. Not my daughter. And she'll retort, and you get the sense this is a well-worn back and forth they have about her desire to see the rest of the world. Now she feels like she's being cooped up here.
God, it's Ariel all over again.
She wants to be where the other people are. And she is capable, and she studied in magic just like him, and he'll make this very analytical argument. And it's not just like me, actually. You're not nearly as good as I am at magic. I spent a whole lot of time, and you just commune with nature, which is useful, but dangerous.
Does she want to show us her collection of forks?
We have a number of allies traveling with us.
And you are well stationed, and Yola is perfectly safe here.
Oh,
The Wanderlust will take her eventually.
when the Oath of Peace ends, no one's really going to be safe.
Well, if you follow through and all is done well, then there shall be no concerns. For when this Oath of Peace ends, we shall be shepherding a new age of peace, of heroes.
I mean, she seems quite hellbent on exploring Thylea. I know I can understand why you'd be against it. It is dangerous. But would it not be safer for her to be with individuals who are capable of protecting against such possibilities?
We are a well-hidden people. To place her in the line of danger, even with capable allies, is a risk I am not willing to take. I am sorry, I forbid this.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Impetuous, young, and not ready for such an adventure as you plan. I'm sorry. I will accompany you to your ship and be about my business.
We do appreciate your support and the support of your people, and these gifts that you've given do mean a lot. What can we give in return, though? I mean, yes, we're going to fight the Titans, but I feel like we should return the favor to an extent.
We are in need of more contacts. Are there other ships such as the ones you have that brave these waters?
Just the one.
Right now, we're kind of a one-ship armada.
It's massive. It's the Ultros.
Yes, impressive name. Not named for the
B.
Aye, it's singular ship indeed.
And we have replaced several parts of it that have been damaged, but I think it's still the Ultros.
I will investigate this. I should see the effects that caused such trouble for my people in the past. And so my tears. I will not undo anything that has been done, for that would give them no rest to their spirits, but I pray you create a stronger history for it than it currently has.
That's the plan. To try to make right what they did before and not make the same mistakes.
I will think on the boon, but any supplies you may offer my people that we might not be able to have on our own would be greatly appreciated.
I have a lot of olive oil.
It doesn't work! Here! You're just gonna make an oil spill, what are you doing? No! Not the penguins!
They have to fry the fish they eat in something.
They're gonna use thermal vents.
Nothing but boiled fish.
Tasty.
Forever and ever.
God.
The deadly chemicals coming off the vents gives it a nice charred flavor.
One will go back. Warlock, such a raw.
God, no.
Sorry, I'm so terribly sorry. We don't know how they got here. It's weirdo.
Kevin, go back to your room.
Back, you creature.
Oh God,
Back to your room, Kevin.
Oh, that's just our Cyclops son that we keep in the basement.
But yeah, he'll make his way over the ship, and it takes a little bit, but he seems to be inscribing something with some. He'll kind of work hands all along the ship and bring a few others in. I have strengthened some enchantments. Breaking through storms is already impressive, but I believe now you should cut through the water much faster. And you can consider the downside of sailing in the Forgotten Sea negated.
We did it.
So technically, it's only going to take like 3 more days? Maybe like 2.5?
I mean, we appreciate this immensely. It's gift upon gift. I know you said you'd think on a boon, but this means a lot to us.
Give this man some apples.
That's right, we have apples.
My people have not had such apples since the last traders came through here, and that was only in our record books, ancient histories. If you can find a way to connect us to the surface, to the rest of the surface lands, traders to make their way here, by whatever means possible, it would be greatly helpful for the rest of us.
Certain we could get you more regular deliveries of apples and information.
Information, other products of the sea, of the land that we are not able to get ourselves. Our investigations under the surface are middling. Our people are not suited as hunters, but we have much to offer in return in regards to our own goods and wares that we create.
I think we have some extra dingle hoppers.
Interesting. A luxury written of in the stories. But no, basically, if you want, you could probably use the Keladone when you get it back to send word to, a bounty of people come to mind. You could send it back to Mitros, you could send it to Arisia, you could even probably send it to your buddy who is currently basically set up above the Mithril Forge, because he was taking all those, all of the. He was taking. Well, you could, but what was the name of the guy? Oh, his donkey was Apollo.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. It's like
Proteus? No.
No, Proteus was
He's not
Pavlos. Pavlos.
Yeah.
Pavlos and Apollo basically had been setting up somewhat of a small encampment work group sort of thing with all the people who were getting out of the cult. as well as some others, craftsmen from Astoria.
That's right, we gave them all jobs.
Mhm.
We pulled them out of the hippie commune and put them into work like good capitalists.
But, I mean, you probably sent it to him. I imagine a trader like that would appreciate good context and could probably take a lot of the burden off y'all. And also, above the table could start justifying when y'all want to, like, make a city of your own, potentially, as you work your way up the fame table. As you look at the higher levels.
I think that's our best bet. Yeah, we'll talk to Pavlos. I'm sure he'll have a good plan. Well, yes, and I mean, in return, we'll do all we can to get you fresh trade and produce and information from all of the major cities.
Then you have delivered more than I could ask. If you find any other traders on your way, please feel free to send them to us. We would happily take them.
Absolutely.
That being said, this magic has spent my energy. You are free to harbor here and trade and enjoy what you can of my people's generosity. Seeing as I suppose now your journeys will be much shorter.
What do you all think? Do we want to just take a moment then and what's up with our new friends? I feel like to simply accept these gifts and run would be impolite. Maybe we should stay longer. We've saved 5 days just from, or 4 days just from this gift that he's given. Well, King, would you be opposed to dinner this evening?
It would be a pleasure. We will have my study drawn up for a proper dining room to spare you all the uncomfortability of underwater.
It does make it harder for us to eat.
Hmm.
In fact, besides the apples, we have quite a bit on the ship that perhaps you haven't tasted in a while.
What if we hosted them on the ship?
That's a
You could just come and hang out, and we could see what we have that you might be interested in, stuff like that, for all of this trade.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I will assemble a entourage. We'll have a lovely evening, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
bring everybody, whoever you want.
cool. But I think as you will set up there, we're going to take our first break of the evening. So, folks, if you haven't already, please be kind to yourselves and do what needs doing. And we are going to do the same here, and we'll be right back in a few minutes. So, yeah, see y'all later. Michelle, take us. Welcome back, friends. I am so glad you could join us, and hopefully you've taken a moment to be nice to yourself, because that's exactly what we all here are doing and will continue to do. That all being said, let's get right back into it. Heroes, you all have a dinner planned for the evening. Already the crew is abuzz, bringing up benches and bringing a lot of them from the oars up to the top deck and placing them all about. Actually, I want to put y'all on an actual map with the Ultros, so it's a bit better to see where y'all are at. They do think I have to pull some of you on, because this is the map where some of the folks fell off. So there's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. I think that's everybody. Yeah. Oh, now I see why y'all were down here. But yeah, why don't you all tell me what you're doing to help set up the dinner?
I'm making sure there's a variety of drinks available.
Absolutely.
Both
Dropping the dag.
alcoholic and non, for those who do not partake anymore. So, trying to stay mindful.
Mm-hmm. That's greatly appreciated by folks like Pythor.
Well, encourage everyone to come up and join us for meeting our new guests. So it'll be a very welcoming atmosphere.
Absolutely. I think I've got all of the important people who are still on the boat. If I'm forgetting anyone, please let me know. But the entire crew will naturally take this as a sign to relax, which they are more than happy to do. It's been hard sailing and fraught and dangerous times, so any amount of relaxation will be taken without hesitation. Bless you. I know there was some mention of maybe some cooking to be done. Is that you, Defera?
Yeah, Defera's gonna make some desserts. Various tarts, baklava, things with honey and pistachio.
Which definitely is good to have on board a ship that's going to sit around and keep for a while, so you definitely have plenty of that. And you notice that the other cooking that's being done is greatly helped by the amount of normal olive oil and your blessed olive oil that y'all have made. I don't think they're going to use the blessed olive oil without y'all's permission, because that is like actually a battle buff thing. But there's a great amount of food being prepared. They're dipping into the stores to make a full feast for the crew, something really nice, rather than the kind of more bare rations they keep most folk to. Breaking out some of the good amphorae. But also some merfolk will begin coming up onto the deck and helping set things up there, bringing along various other foods and hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and helping set. Some folks who are more inclined for magic start lighting up some fairy lights and floating, and it floats all about and keeps the area well and atmospherically lit as the sun begins to dip below the horizon. At which point, unless there's anything else that I'm missing in regards to what folks are doing to prep.
I think that prep-wise, that'd be pretty good.
All right. At which point, Hywin and Yola, as well as several others, will climb aboard the ship and join you all for a feast. Immediately, you can all note that the merfolk are full of questions about these new travelers and the state of things on the mainland, and they wish deeply to hear about all the stories that everyone has done, and are talking to anyone they can to get that information.
Through a great deal of appreciation for making the boat go faster, Thrynos will be pretty engaged this time around.
Absolutely. Anyone in particular you want to talk to, or just kind of generally hanging out?
Kind of in general. At some point, he'll probably ask Iola why she wants to take off.
Well, I mean, and she looks towards her father, and why wouldn't you? There's so much to see, and I'm stuck here. I mean, it's great here, obviously. My father has a point, it's safe, but I want to see everything there is to see. And, I don't know, you both seem like you're actually going to go do something.
Yes, but doing something can... I don't know. sometimes the answers you get aren't what you're looking for.
It's not about, I don't know, potentially being dissatisfied that the world isn't as grand and big as I thought it was. You know, I've heard stories of all these places I could potentially go to. I even ventured my father out to some nearby islands and, you know, seen really cool things. It's just, he expects me to sit at home and somehow potentially be a leader in the future, not knowing how the world works. Other than his dusty books. They're really dry.
I guess it depends on what kind of leader your people need and want and you expect to be.
And they don't want someone who doesn't know what she's doing. There's only one way I can do that. By doing.
I don't disagree with you, and don't hear me as disagreeing with you. But that is something for you to sort out. It is tough to lead people from far away. It is tough to lead people if you're not who they want to lead. How do your people feel? It's not just what you think. When responsibilities involved. And I'm not saying they're right. I'm just asking the question.
You sound exactly like my father.
I'm pretty sure he says you should stay here because this is the only option.
Yeah, but you're saying it in a lot more words and trying to pretend like I have a choice here. You're cautioning me because the world's dangerous. I know it's dangerous. I know, but...
No, I'm not cautioning you. I'm asking for your assessment of where you're at. Think about your people. Think about yourself. Think about your home.
My people have been untouched this whole time. We're safe here in the water. If the peace ends and Sidon has his way and smashes everything, where will we be? It's better I'm helping out your cause.
Don't disagree. I'm just saying, how do you convince the people of that? If you have your people's blessing in this, your father wouldn't say no. And if your people wouldn't want you to leave, you can't force your leadership on them and do what you want.
I'm not forcing anything. I'm not going to be in charge for a long time. My father is going to live till I'm already old and dusty. And even then, it's whatever. It's fine. Gosh.
Growing up is asking these questions.
Yeah, so it's being really boring, apparently.
It is. And sometimes, boring is exactly what you want. And sometimes it's not.
I need a drink. Oh, thank you. And sorry. I'm gonna go continue to drink this, probably. I'll think about what you said. It's...
The important thing is, I'm not saying you're wrong in wanting to leave. I just don't want you to leave just because you want to. That makes sense?
No. But she's gonna walk off.
Defera's gonna walk up at that moment with like a plate of various like sweet breads, like cinnamon and all sorts of things, like kind of drizzled with honey with some fruit and stuff. Just kind of like on a little plate.
You want to hide in a crate down underneath?
And she's just gonna walk up to Threnos. that was particularly hard to watch.
I thought I knew everything and was very wrong.
Were you trying to talk her in or out of going?
I just want her to think about it. Look, she's a kid. She wants to leave just for the sake of leaving.
Do you know
I
how old
guarantee that
is she?
if anybody here says, we have an empty box down there you can hide in and we won't tell your dad, she would jump in that box. Right? Is that not the impression you've been left with of her?
Sure. Mostly, but like, is she a kid?
I'm
Or
under
is she
the impression
like an
she's a
adult
kid.
trying to make a choice for her life, you know, Threnos? I mean, if she's a child, then...
This is not a child, for the record.
Look, I had her stuck at like Ariel 16, so...
Oh no, I was assuming she was like a grown adult, that daddy was just like, had their thumb
Well,
on.
that's different. Isn't she like... She's not 16? Like a kid? What's fish people age?
I mean, she talks like an adult.
She
She
said
wants-
that she said she wasn't going to be in charge for a really, really long time.
Sure.
I don't know. I was under... Maybe I should apologize to her if that's the case. I thought she was a lot younger than that.
It's hard to place. Gills.
I mean, I just mostly was
She
wondering...
pouted and wanted to drink more when I didn't agree with what she wanted to do. That's usually a kid.
I think everybody on this team has done that at one point or another. I know I have. I think I actually got wasted at Pythor's castle. I think we've all had our rodeo with you can't tell me how to live moments, right? All of us, even you.
Above table. I figured she was a kid, so if she's
Um,
not, I don't want...
Look, you
I
could
would-
totally...
That would be completely different.
She's definitely younger, you imagine, not quite like a Nora, like clearly into her 20s and like having to handle shit, but this is still younger, I think, but this is, you know... How old are all y'all?
I don't even remember.
I don't know.
How old am I? What did I put?
I'm 28.
It's like, you know, fish are weird.
I guess all I was trying to tell her, and I didn't mean to sound like I was going to try and convince her of one thing or the other, is to just really think about it.
I appreciate it.
Look, I'm a siren. I spend a lot of time just doing exactly what it feels like doing in the moment. I've been very aware of that the past day and a half.
Am just gonna maybe suggest we try again, all of us. And I don't mean to bring her with us, but maybe, you know, we just try to get, like, maybe it would help her dad if we took a couple of them with us. Maybe if she brought some bodyguards. Sentries. People to protect her.
It's a bad idea. But yeah, if she is a fish people adult, then by all means, if she wants to leave, then we should Help her leave. I apologize. I did treat her a little bit like a child. Just what I thought.
I just don't. I don't know if she would be particularly helpful. Do we even know if she can, like, fight? Those are more important questions to me. Because I'm not great at fighting, so... More people on our team who are, always a plus for me.
We've just kind of collected such an assortment recently.
We do have quite a menagerie.
There's even the really skinny dude down in the hole.
It's a really skinny dude.
Whatever, the Lutherian priest. I picture him as a skinny dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
in my head, he's like the skinniest, lankiest guy around.
that's the one I forgot to put on the board.
Oh, he
Weird.
probably wouldn't be invited.
No, you don't want your best pal of all time.
I haven't mentioned who my dad is on purpose.
Fine. There you go. Anyway, while I find a tricky little blue tiefling, y'all can get back at it. Sorry.
I don't know, I guess I just assume that every other place we stop at, somebody's gonna leave with us.
Chandras, there he is.
Why is he under the foe's heading?
I haven't moved him up. I can actually. Let me do that now. But yeah. That's true. You do have quite the collection. Nothing wrong with adding more bodies.
I don't know,
But-
it's not something we ever really discussed or talked about, but we do bring a lot of people into the fold.
True. They have proved fairly useful when we do, though.
A lot of good friends.
What are we going to do with the blue tiefling, though?
I didn't really think about it being a problem until I was getting everyone to bring them up for the feast. Decided not to knock on his door. I mean, I don't know what to do. What we should do. I don't think the things he said about Lutheria just wanting peace are true. Done nothing but torment us every time we've brushed paths with her. Sounds more like something someone would say to save their own skin. We haven't really dealt with it. Really talked about it. How do you feel about it?
I don't know that I have any feelings. Particularly towards them. Vague way for me to say that. I don't have any particular feelings towards them. I feel like Calliope might have some opinions. But their belly hurts right now and they're a little bit indisposed, so.
Yeah.
Being very attentive to her egg.
Seems like Borghild is getting along well with Chandra's. Don't know. I guess I'm just asking more questions recently.
HP, that last little bit was very quiet for me, so I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I guess I'm just asking more questions recently.
Ask away. I don't think it's a bad thing.
We have these dragon eggs, but we have 37 days before we need dragons.
Oh.
We have these gods that we've surrounded ourselves with, gods and goddesses of immense power who've been incredibly helpful and are great, but also so frustrating sometimes. Because the Titans don't seem to care about the Oath of Peace, but they do. We have this list of places to go to. Almost wandering in the dark, hoping to find something at each one, and maybe it's fate that we do? I don't know. It suddenly seems like a lot. I don't feel ready for it. Maybe I'm just projecting my own insecurities on the whole thing.
I don't know that anybody's probably ever going to be fully prepared to take on whatever it is we're about to take on, except maybe Eliana.
Yeah. Oddly incredibly capable, isn't she?
I mean, at that, Defera is going to, like, kind of... There's going to be a moment of, I suppose it's not odd, but I will say they are the most stable, it appears, out of all of us.
No, but that's what I mean by odd, not oddly because it's them, oddly because all of us are an absolute mess. Eliana seems to have it together.
Or maybe Eliana just hides it better.
Could be true too.
Also to say, you're allowed to ask questions. We all probably should. And projecting's okay, but maybe not on the mermaid lady. Because if she wants to choose to come die with us, who are we to say no?
Trying to say no, I guess.
You're muted, Corndog.
Borghild walks into frame and is like, cheers to that, and just walks right back out of frame.
So maybe the question to ask is... do we just invite her to come along?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think that's going to take a little bit of convincing on ye old dad's behalf, less on hers. I think that might be the person to try with more. Maybe more alcohol will help. Maybe Borghild has a thing or two up their sleeve. They have been quite convincing in other areas. Mostly with the things that they throw at people. The discs and other things. Or
I quite think violence is the answer here, though. Is it?
no.
Now I have
mean,
more
like-
questions. What do you
I
mean
just
by
mean-
convincing?
Like, maybe we just need to tell Dad that she's just gonna come with us.
Yes,
what
but
she
you
wants
led
to
with, let's get him drunk and beat him up, is what that sounded like first.
I mean, sometimes things have to happen a certain way, and if they don't happen that way, then that's great, but maybe we just prepare for it to go that way.
Seem like more of our conversations than others do end up that direction eventually. I would really hate for 2 dinner parties in a row to end that way, though.
I mean, I'd hate for it to end like that as well. I just feel like maybe if we talk to him, you know, ensure safety, etc., maybe under the guise of alcohol, who knows? We just like, you know, a conk on the head will just knock his head right. And then he doesn't have to think of, and then it's just easy peasy. Just a little, and then he's like, yeah, whatever you say.
So,
Resort, obviously.
well, yes, you keep saying last resort, but I haven't heard the alternative yet. Even the question, I mean, I think we should find everyone else and talk about this.
DeFair's gonna yell for Eliana. Eliana! We have some questions about how.
About what?
We were discussing the issue with, not issue with, I guess we're just discussing the topic of Iola.
But also, how old do you think Iola is?
Yeah, first off, how old do you think Iola is? You're like relative. I know everyone ages differently, and you are.
I'd
elf,
have
so-
to assume the 20s? I don't know. She's an adult with childlike wanderlust. Wonderment? Whatever the word is.
Well, I may have misread the situation during a conversation.
I'd ask how,
I
but
figured
I'm
she was still
pretty
trying to
sure.
learn how to drive a sea chariot. I mean,
I'm just going to refrain from asking.
So now that we've established that we believe she's an adult, do you oppose Eliana to her joining our adventures?
With her father's forbiddance, yes. He's a
Alright.
formidable ally, and to gain his ire almost immediately after he did everything for us so far would be basically having him extend his hand in friendship and us spitting in his mouth.
what if we got him drunk and hit him on the head first?
Both of those would be a bad idea,
I'm glad I'm not the only one that
because it would be
responds.
like it would be the equivalent of getting Pythor drunk and having him promise to do something that he didn't want to do. Like, give up drinking.
If she's here's the others. If she's not if she, I shouldn't. I just need to get in my head that she's not a kid. That's all. Sorry, I need to change how I'm talking about it because I can't right now. I internalized her as way too young too soon. Then how would you suggest we talk to him about it? She wants to come with us. The question is, do we want her to come with us?
Bless the us, I have no quarrel with it, but the king? Question mark? I didn't really get this title.
Kind of just a general collective vibe of he's just the leader.
The Duke of the Waterhead. Just he's saying no because he's, I'm going to assume, afraid of losing his only child. And I'm going to assume it's because of other traumatic experiences he's suffered recently. Because I don't see a mother.
What about everyone else? We just put all of our heads together.
I don't know of a way to convince him to let her come with us.
I think there would be ways. Or we could forget the whole thing and just have dinner. Let me forever be remembered as Siren that put his wing in his mouth.
Right, like her fin? His fin? Whatever it was.
That's what he said. It seemed like the equivalent. I can be that. I mean, right now I am that.
Then
Leo!
You're
Leo, come over here.
Next.
Yeah,
How old do you think she is?
Are you gonna ask her out? I guess.
Oh my god!
No!
You just have to, clean up a little bit.
No, I just... Never mind.
No? Yeah, no. I believe in you. I'm sorry.
That's not...
Just go up. You have to walk with confidence.
No.
And then I hear you're supposed to kiss them, but
Borghild!
take the biggest bite of a strawberry, and just making hard eye contact at this entire exchange.
Borghild, get back over here.
What?
First off, how old do you think she is?
I don't know. Younger than me.
Okay.
Do you think
She
she's an
wants-
adult?
Sure.
Well, what we think doesn't matter. I'm just saying I was wrong, and I just want to establish I wasn't the only one.
I don't know. I really didn't think about it much, honestly. Just that she was younger than me.
She wants to come with us, and her father doesn't want her to come with us. Question is, do we want her to come?
Did you guys do this before you recruit everyone? Did this conversation happen about me?
These are new questions that are just now arising that really we should probably have about people more often. And when we have someone who immediately extended a hand of friendship and magic and allyship, we approach it a little bit differently.
Then, why don't we just facilitate a conversation between them and see if they can come to something amicable between themselves?
No, I'm fine with that. I'm just asking our place in this.
Oh, sure. She can come hang out. She seems nice.
Farrah's going to point and say, exactly. I knew Borghild would figure this out.
Thank you.
I guess
Borghild's
just
got
for the
it.
first time, things like Chandra's down there, which I will bring up to the board. We've been really casual about having a devotee of Lutheria hanging around.
You think he's been fucking with Calliope and not letting her sleep?
It's
I wondered that.
possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's did Calliope start having... This would help if Calliope was not shitting her brains out below deck right now, but,
I gave her a very fibrous dinner. Hopefully everything.
Wait.
Yeah, her tummy hurt. She was talking about it earlier.
Yeah. I think I could just barely... She's yelling? Oh, wait.
It's like if Calliope's bad dreams started around the same time this guy got on the boat, that could be something. It could also be nothing. Like we don't know. I don't know.
No, we don't know, and I don't know.
We don't have a very good vetting system, Borghild.
No,
is what
we
we're trying to
don't.
get.
We have no vetting system.
Right. We should work on that. I don't know if now is the best time to start establishing one, though it seems like it's really important that we do so right now. But also, like, you just need to let them talk it out in regards to this conversation. This isn't for us to decide. If she wants to come with us and we have the space, and part of their, like, command is that they have eyes out here and that they can facilitate trade, like, who better than the future of, like, their people and stuff, than, like, for her to start making these new connections and stuff. Could be a really good opportunity for her. But, like, if her dad is also like, I rescind all help for you guys, fuck off and die, like, that would suck. So, it needs to happen between them first, before we can have the vetting process ourselves.
I guess the reason I ask is, we have historically been a rather convincing. And there's a difference between, well, yes, we will support this endeavor in this way, and just letting it play out. Because it looks like it's already played out. She has resigned herself to the decision of her father, even though she doesn't like it. He seems set in his ways. I guess the question is, how involved should we even be? Which is why I asked, would we want her with us? Because that determines how involved we'd want to be. Even saying to them, you should talk about this again, is getting involved.
We do often need to meddle in the affairs of others, yes, to accomplish many of our tasks.
Agree. Is this others' affairs we want to meddle with, and how do we want to meddle?
Hey, Hyland!
Wait.
Hello, my friend.
Welcome!
I thank you for your hospitality.
Have you tried the honey wine?
I have. It is lovely.
Very fond of it myself. Okay, I'm gonna go back and make sure that the bar's stocked. You guys got this though, right?
Thanks.
Is there something else that you require of me? A topic you wish to discuss?
Old is your daughter?
Is she considered an adult among your people?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
Though she does not act this way, it is easy if you thought her a child, with how impetuous and rash and bold in her actions she is.
well, now that we know she's an adult, all that sits rather poorly. Look, she has expressed to us a desire to join, see the world. She's also said that you don't think that's a good idea. And you have expressed very loudly around us that you don't think it's a good idea. But you just told us she's an adult among your people, right?
That is true.
So, if she wants to come, then she can come. Right?
No. I have explained that this is a difficult and dangerous thing you ask of her to do, and she will get herself killed or hurt.
We're not asking her to do it. She is asking us.
If you allow her to come with you, she will get herself hurt. That'll be a choice you make. If she perishes, I don't know what I would do. But I know she travels with you all. You would be responsible for it.
If you say something.
So, a few bodyguards then. Your eyes and ears and nose and mouth, question mark, about the world as we are out doing the thing.
You ask me to commit more resources than I already have. Scan few warriors I do, and must then entrust to my daughter's security, when I could use them to train others to be warriors. I'm sorry, I have made my terms, and I forbid this.
Expect her, ask her, want her to lead eventually, right?
When the world is not so dangerous and besieged by the Titans, obviously, yes.
Have any control of that?
That is why it is dangerous. I have control of things here.
Don't. No more than any of the rest of us.
I can at least make it safe here. If
If
your implication is that...
turns his face this direction, what is your plan?
There are magics that I have used to occlude us thus far. If he is aware, then we do not offend him. I wait to join my forces to yours in the final act. That is how we survive. If his fleet were to enter our waters, we would have to evacuate. That's true. But we would all be together, in safety. A lone fish survives far worse than a school.
These people that we've invited tonight, that you're surrounded with here on our ship, these are people that want what's best for this land, that are fighting for this land, not just one section of it. They're risking themselves for this land.
I understand your cause is just, but it is dangerous.
Yes!
And I will not have my daughter in danger if I can stop it.
Not...
I have said my piece. Now forgive me, I must cool my head, lest I spoil this evening further. And he will leave.
You know no one's gonna like me at this rate.
It's just, this is the one power we have to cut the boss.
What's more important? We just let it go?
Would you rather him be upset? His eye turned towards us in the final battle and not help? We're going to the more dangerous parts of the seas at this point. And it's getting harder to promise no harm.
Can't promise no harm. That's the point. We can promise more danger. For all of us.
I think there's more there's clearly more to it than just a simple he doesn't want it because it's dangerous, but it's also dangerous to pry.
We leave it as it is, and we can't have both answers. Right?
I could not hear you at the end there.
Then we leave it as it is. We can't have both things.
At least we tried.
Fine. I say we finish the dinner, and say our goodbyes, and hope to see them on the other side.
And pray that we don't have one little stowaway come morning.
That is a question. What if we do tomorrow?
Well, I'll have a specific magic prepared for that day.
Cross that bridge if it happens?
The unfortunate, I'm already having, even without the sensory deprivation, I'm already having the vision of tomorrow.
Well, let's find out. We have to sail back past this coral reef after we're finished anyway. And Nos will head back.
You know, I got a real quick cue for is with Captain Manistokos.
Yes.
He's basically bound to the ship,
Yeah.
correct? Does he know about all souls aboard?
I don't know if his powers would go that far. It's more like he can control it, but the vibe you're getting if you've been talking to the guy is more so like he doesn't fully have the amount of control that S. Sarkalander had, where he was able to make the ship rise and
Right.
do all that, but he's able to set your headings and pilot it to an extent.
All right. Well, that changes things for me. My thought was that we ask him in the morning, like, "Hey, do we have one too many people on this ship today?" But have to rethink.
I think at this point, it would be canon, just to make things profoundly worse, that at some point toward the end of the night, a drunken Thrynos finds her again to say, I thought you were a kid. I mean, I did. I thought you were 14 or something.
I'm not.
Are you sure? Because, we talked about it, and everybody thought, but, just ridiculously worse.
He has chronic foot and mouth syndrome.
Oh, yeah. No, we're doubling down on that.
He was born with it.
I don't know how to deal with you right now. I need to step off the boat for a second, actually. Could you hold this drink? And she puts her drink in your hand. You could just have it also if you want. I'm getting and she just is waving goodbye as she actively steps over the side of a boat, which would be really concerning if you knew she wasn't a merfolk. Pitches over the side.
That's probably for the best. Hold on, show me that thing you wanted to show me the other day.
Oh god, what did he want to show you?
Nothing.
Hell yeah, bro! And he's gonna go over and
fades, disappears.
But yeah. Anything else anyone's doing tonight?
I'm gonna flirt with Pythor and give him suggestive eyebrow wiggles throughout the evening.
At one point, he's gonna come over and it's like, do you need to work something out?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. And
We have a lovely evening.
But yeah, if that's it, then
Really quickly, I think Tefera would send her a message, not Borghild. Borghild's busy.
Yola.
Yeah, Iola. Using just like her, so she has her book that she can like send messages through. And in her message, she will say, "It is never easy to have to put duty before will, but I am proud of you nonetheless." And she will sign it as like Oracle's Chosen, or however it would be received, and she can respond back. But Tefera's intentionally leaving it open to have a conversation with her about the empathy she feels of having to be doing things for her family when she wants to be doing something different.
You're sure there's no way I can come with you? That's what you get back. And I want to focus in here for a little bit, because, Tefera, you were told that if you brought back this lady to the Fates, your party would get a boon. And you agreed to that bargain. And if you break that bargain, bad things happen to people who break bargains with the Fate.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of Tefera that is leaning into that, obviously, in an attempt to get her to come with us, for sure. She tried to do it with the whole team on board first. Now it's turning a little bit darker, but she is also... Tefera is very aware of her interaction with the Fates and knowing how bad this could go. And she believes that she is kind of at the chopping block either way. Like, whether she brings a nymph or not, she knows that there is no winning with the Fates. So there is a part of her that is also very resigned to whatever her destiny with them will end up being. So when she gets that message back, she's gonna sigh really heavily. What you choose to do is your fate. We cannot force you to do anything. But disgracing honor comes with a high cost, and then she'll send it back.
I've made my decision. You get back. But, yeah. anything else you're doing further? Anything else anyone else is doing?
Defer will also drink 2 more glasses of honey of mead and head to her hammock and think about the misery that she doth brought upon herself. But she will also, before she goes to sleep, she will find Leo with like a small plate of fruits and sweet bread and like little pieces of nuts and honey and things. Kind of take it over to him, and it's meant as like a kind of peace offering of like, I might have just really fucked up real bad, but he doesn't know that. So she's gonna hand him kind of the plate in a very gentle sort of way, much different than most of their very awkward encounters. Leo.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Yep. I am worried
What you
that
worried about?
I might have made a big mistake. And it might end up really bad for us, or really bad for us. I don't foresee necessarily a good outcome. And I need you to know that I did it. And I'm saying this to you because I don't know that anyone else will listen. I did it because I think we need help. Needed help. I might have agreed to take a nymph back to the Fae. Not the Fae. The Fates. Just kidding. Where am I? What game? So, I don't know what they'll do. I know what they'll do to her. I'm not dumb. So I'm not sure that if the girl gets on the boat, we should let her stay. But I also don't know that I want her to leave, because I feel like we could also get a lot of help from the Fates, too.
Huh.
And I'm really sorry, and I should have asked first, and I apologize. And next time, I will think things through, but I'm not gonna lie, it was in the heat of the moment, and the Fates were talking to me, and sometimes when they talk to me, I get really nervous, because it's just like the only thing in my life that I've had that's pretty consistent, because everybody else is gone now, and she's just going to be shoveling the fruit that he...
Gave to him.
Yeah, that he has in his hands, just anxiously.
I think just I kind of glance around and then like lead us to like the side of the ship, like away from like any prying eyes or whatever, and just like. So wait, the Fates wanted why did they want the nymph?
Assuming to eat it.
To eat, you agreed?
I did. Kind of. I'm not gonna lie, I asked where I could find one. There was never a full agreement, though, of I'll bring one back. I never said those words. There are some details in this that are missing significantly. But they did say that if we brought one back, that they would help us be successful against Sidon and Lutheria completely. That they could make it... that basically they could help.
But like, do we want their help? Didn't they curse you?
I kind of asked for this part. It is a curse, technically. But, I mean, I'm kind of okay with it now.
You've made it your own. But this deal I'm not sure that it was a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I should probably just accept whatever happens with the fates.
No. We can find a way around this. There has to be a loophole. But Threnos likes her. You can't do that to her.
Oh my god, Threnos liked her? I thought he liked Bug. I listened. I know.
No, he was
never
asking
talked
about her
it.
age, right? And like her dad was very upset.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I once listened to Threnos and Bullbug and somebody else share a bed.
Cool.
So this part is a shocker. I can see where you're going with it, though.
But anyways. So, I'll help you, like, in whatever you need. But let's not do something we'd regret.
Yes. We need to make sure. I think this girl doesn't come on the boat. I have a feeling she might.
Yeah.
Ooh, Leo. What if she's just willing to be a sacrifice? Like, remember that one that was, like, kind of willing?
No.
Take one for the team.
Usually sacrifices are not willing.
The one at the very beginning.
Oh, yes. But we stopped it. And then I'll tell you now, I will stop it again.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well.
But I will also stop the fates if they try to hurt you. Alright?
She will step into kind of like your personal space and put her head on your chest. And just kind of lean into like a really warm embrace. Leo, I don't know what will happen, but I feel like if we don't take the fates, somebody or something, then we might be worse off than if this little girl. I keep saying little girl because I feel like Threnos has convinced me she's a child, this grown adult, mer person.
Just because someone is small doesn't mean they're young. But
Very true. Either way.
come on. But yeah, honestly, what do the fates know?
Well, literally, I think everything to some degree.
I believe fate is what we make. And I think, yeah, he gives you like a very strong embrace.
She's gonna sigh really heavy. She's like, I have got to go to bed. I am exhausted, and I feel like crying, and I don't want to do that in front of anybody. And she just walks away.
And I think Leo just turns to the sea and just stares and just contemplates. Ugh.
Gosh, wow! I think everyone else is having such a good time at this party, and y'all are just like. Whew.
What are your greater obligations to yourself and your people?
I'm just trying
What
to drink.
promise have I made?
Mhm.
Honey, I think I want to convince her to go willingly.
What if we gaslight her into wanting to be sacrificed for pain and tortured? Is it possible? What if we tell her pain is adventure? We all roll up with a Hellraiser cube. We have such sights to show you. Anyway, Anything else anyone's doing for the evening? Taking that as a no, unless I hear otherwise. Double check you're not muted. Seeing no faces. All right. It's my mystery one. I keep forgetting it's my mystery one. Ugh. The next morning comes, and 36 days remain in the Oath of Peace. You are now, with the enchantments provided by Hywin, 2 days away. Well, probably 2 and a bit, but 2 days away from the Isle of the Dragon. Is there any preparations or final send-offs you offer to your merfolk besties in the coral?
Is Iola in sight? Can we see Iola anywhere by the coral before we sail away?
They all go and wave you off, yes.
Who's they all? Turk is
You if you're specifically looking for Iola, she is there in the water waving at you all. It's not like one of those things, and it cuts back to you all waving back, and it cuts back and she's gone. She cuts back and she's on the ship with you all. No.
Holy fuck, how did you do that?
We're Looney Tunes in this shit.
But no, you're clear to move forward. Is there anything anyone does that day?
I'm gonna see if I can get Cassius to fly.
Yeah. Oh, that's good training.
The other idea I had was just like holding up Cassius and trying to like move their arm up and down like people do for like their dogs or the cats, like wave goodbye.
Cassius will definitely take. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I had to find a piece of paper that's very important. Because this campaign is actually just several sticky notes plastered around my desk at any one given time.
Do you have the Charlie Day conspiracy board from Always Sunny?
I cannot tell you the state that my book is in, but anyway, so Cassius will slowly, I think carefully, but eventually successfully begin flying, which Nakia is, if Leo allows, absolutely wanting to help with.
Of course.
Oh god.
And yeah, there's nothing else.
Theranos will be with his egg up in the crow's nest going, and sometimes you're gonna mean really well and be wrong. And that's how life works.
You're instilling your anxiety into your egg.
Like a good parent.
Ah, yes. The tried and true method.
Jeez Louise. But yeah, the day passes without incident as you head and watch in the distance as Thylea, you crest and around and see the Mithril Mountains in the distance now, the large mountain range that dominates the western side. As you make great progress, your ship literally cutting through some waves, and the wind seeming to fill your sails regardless of which direction you put them in. The people at the oars with every single time. It almost feels like you are thrusting and like lurching the ship further than the crew are almost capable of doing. And those on deck initially have to reorient themselves to the movements as it's difficult. But the day passes. Spirits are high. Those who had hangovers are fully recovered after being given a day of rest, and the night sets in and the crew readies for a slower period of movement. And that's when you all see a dolphin behind the boat.
Is it Is it a familiar looking dolphin?
How many dolphins have you seen in your life?
At least one.
Those of you who are on the top deck of the ship, anyone in particular want to claim that? I know Thronos is up in the crow's nest most likely, so definitely would be able to see a dolphin.
Thrynos swears loud enough for everyone to hear.
Well, what do you say, though? That's the important part.
No, I believe that would have caught everyone's attention unless they were otherwise like, my friend and compatriot who has a great vision is swearing. I'm sure it's nothing. But yeah, the dolphin jumps up toward the ship and transforms midair, and it's Iola.
God damn it.
She has a pack of things and a quarterstaff that she holds with intent. Please, let me come with you.
Did you just swim after our ship for a day and a half?
I'm really good at swimming.
I can tell. Your father's going to basically kill us and then ground you for the rest of your life.
No,
She's
I understand she's an adult, Threnos. It's the point that he has dominion over her in some way.
I just... Look, if I haven't gone, I think my father just needs to settle into it. Just a few days, and then it'll be fine. And
Your father's literally going to do what I'm pretty sure Versi is threatening to do. He's going to burn all of Thylea just to get you back.
He doesn't have that much power. I don't think it's fine, probably. He's just very good at magic. But I don't think he's going to be mad at you all. I think he'll be mad at me, and then he'll see me being fine on the ship.
I know that's your point of view, but think of it from our point of view. He's going to think we convinced you to stow away with us.
Not if he reads the note I left him.
Well, no, like, we're going around the coast. We do have to come back, so if things don't work out, we can drop her off and say, hey, they experienced some adventure, we brought her back, safe and sound, and nothing bad happened.
Well, I'm pretty sure we create a situation where we should turn the boat around right now.
I just want to help. I just want to get a chance to help. Save the whole damn Thylea.
Well, I'm convinced.
Of course.
So, can I stay?
Now can we talk about this?
We already talked about it.
Did we?
Yes.
And what was the solution for when this happened? I
There's
think it
more.
was, we'll talk about it when it happens.
It was more of a, I did not expect it to happen. I somewhat expected a stowaway, but when there wasn't a stowaway, there wasn't someone to boot off the ship before we left.
She can swim.
Now, I can see that. Thank you. I didn't even prepare the stupid spell today. I did not take sending for the day. Ooh. What did you tell your father in your note?
That his fear was not mine, that his concerns were not shared by me, that you are people out here going to change the world, and if I am not amongst you, I will forever mark myself a coward. That I am going to save Thylea and my people like he is doing, but in a more direct way. That he can't keep me locked up just because of what Sidon did to our family.
And what did Sidon do?
My mother. The forces attacked and she tried to stop them and save me.
Got the feeling. Well, we're too close to Hexia now to just turn back.
We'll have to go back through this way anyways, depending on our next stop.
If, her father doesn't find us and butcher us first.
Well, we can always try sending tomorrow.
The thing being is that I don't want to utilize too much if we have to fight Hexia. It's the beauty.
We're going to
of
be there
fighting.
tomorrow? Or...
Was it tomorrow or is it another day?
Probably like after tomorrow and a little bit into the next day, like the dawn of the third day, so to speak.
Never mind.
So end of today, you'd have one full day, and then next morning, basically.
Did you tell your father you're coming with us? Specifically?
I don't think I have any other ideas about where I've gone to.
Because I don't want to be the one to message him tomorrow and be like, "Hi, your daughter's here," and he's going to respond with, "I'm going to murder you and pluck out your eyes."
You give him a day to cool down.
I think that's just going to make his storm worse.
Look, you're worried about my father, I understand, but I can assuage this. You just give me a chance, please, to prove myself. One adventure. And I don't know, like you were saying, maybe I can prove myself.
You said that. I did not say that. You put your words in my mouth.
I was hoping maybe you would forget that and would assume I was telling you the truth.
It's less about proving yourself, and it was keeping a rather uneasy alliance with your father and your people for the next 35 days. Because we need your people's assistance if we're actually going to take down the Titans.
So none of you want me here.
It's not that we don't want you, it's the fact that it holds your father, it wavers your father's and your people's help. He didn't want you coming with us because we basically literally dive into danger. We've had several instances of near death.
Sometimes death.
The one of them downstairs, still in the bathroom, has been turned to a statue more than once. I'm sure Thronos has hit the ground more often, even with the use of his wings. We've had several issues, and as much as I have the capabilities of healing and warding death and... Yeah, would you like to continue then? And possibly bringing people back from imminent death, it's hard to promise safety in an entirely unsafe environment.
I don't need a promise of safety.
Your father does.
I'm not my father. I am my own person. Though it's clearer now, you all just see me as an extension of him.
It's the fact that our next stop is against a titanic dragon that we have to put into the ground, in a sense.
Yeah, that God is afraid of.
Yeah, our own Pythor, god of strength, is afraid of her, so that kind of puts things into perspective.
For what it's worth, I would love to have you here, for what it's worth, but it's like going to be real bad real soon. Putting those chips on the table. It's not just like an adventure.
Yes, it's not like we're going to exotic locations with beautiful and dangerous peoples and creatures. It's not all fun and games. Maybe a little bit.
I don't expect this to be fun and games. I'm prepared to fight. Die if I have to, but I'm fully capable of protecting myself.
With what?
Yeah, what is it that you bring to the table? Because you're talking about how you're fully capable. Like, what kind of cool stuff can you do? How well can you land a punch?
I mean, she runs a hand over her quarterstaff really quick, and it seems to empower it with a natural essence.
Amazing.
And also, I mean, I can engage conversations with any animal I find. I can protect. She smacks her chest, and her skin kind of gains a hardened texture as a pattern forms over it. And her hands go alight. I am capable of keeping myself alive no matter what my father says.
Look, out of fear of me saying something that makes everything worse, I'm not questioning either your independence, your status as a capable person. I'm not questioning that at all anymore, though yes, 2 days ago it sounded like it. The only question I have is this what we want to deal with? The mess that comes with this. There are consequences, one way or the other. I do think that as soon as is reasonable, we should let her father know where she is. Because the only thing worse than leaving a note saying I've run away on an adventure is leaving a note saying I've run away on an adventure and the only capable people around didn't respond back with, yes, we picked up a hitchhiker. He needs to know.
Does everyone know about Defera's journal?
What journal?
Well, that she's been using to send messages to people?
Above the table, corn dog, nobody has ever asked any time Defera has ever used it. So, no.
I also use the journal, so mine just doesn't go anywhere. It just stays right here. Cool.
We tell Highwind tomorrow. Does anyone have a way to tell Highwind right now? Then we tell Highwind tomorrow. Just so that he knows. Not asking his permission, not asking his consent, informing him of what has happened. And then what? What if he answers back, turn around, or we're not helping anymore? I mean, we'll get her help instead, definitely. Which is fine.
Defera will have answered you when you said,
Oh, you didn't, and I was confused. I thought you
said,
intentionally
when you
didn't.
said that, I said, sure. And then we just kept talking, and I was like, okay.
did not hear it, sorry.
It did not come through your mic. I saw your mouth move, but I couldn't make out what you said, and then you didn't follow up after.
I looked directly at you, but I missed your mouth moving and just thought you were kind of shrugging a yes, but. So, well, should we just tell him? Okay, but here's the question. When he immediately says, turn around and drop her off, what do you say?
You know we can't do that.
That's fine. I just want to know what we say.
He can also, come here if he's just as capable of a swimmer as she is, right?
You don't want me here. Is that what I'm getting?
No, nope. There is a slight interview process now. Give us a second, damn it.
I'm still pro her being here. Putting that on the table because that's something everyone should have the right to do, is venture away from home. Though I am an example of the disastrous consequences that could happen should you wander too far from home. I believe it's everyone's right to do so, though I hope you don't end up on a different planet.
This is no way a leading question, and a legitimate one for this. Are we okay with bringing her on board at the cost of the help of her people? Because if that's the trade-off, that's the question. I'm not denying her right to an adventure. But we might have to say, look, enjoy the world, but if you come here, your people won't help us, and we need your people's help.
Like, the worst that can happen is that he retaliates. Not ideal. Not the best case scenario. But ultimately, nobody's gonna get out of dealing with the Titans if we don't do what we need to do. And right now, we need help getting all of the parts together so that we can go do that. They don't, whether she's with us now or not, they don't get out of having to deal with the Titans. Either way.
Yes, but there's a big difference between whether they have to deal with the Titans on the losing end or they send people to help out. I'm not arguing one position or the other. I'm just trying to figure out what stance we should take. Hell, maybe we get to Hexia and she casts one spell and blows up a dragon, in which case, yeah, screw the rest of them. We'll tell Highwind, sorry. There's just consequences to these choices. Whether we willingly take her in or not, there will be consequences. So again, we tell him, yes, we are in agreement of that, right? We do at least tell him she's here?
Yes.
Okay. And if he says, bring her back right now, the message is...
We can't. But he's more than welcome to come.
He can come and get her.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
But we can't slow down our pace because, as you've said, we don't know how many stories your mother has left.
Yeah.
This could be life or death for her to turn back and help her.
Which is why upsetting the guy that sped up our boat doesn't sit well with me.
My father will want my return.
Right. And we have to come back this way.
So if he says bring her back, we say no, we can't. You're welcome to come and grab her, but how does she feel about that? Because we're asking her to come with us. But we're just gonna not tell her what her father's response is?
No, it should be open.
Then we tell her.
I think she should help us craft the message we should be sending to him. She knows him best. She understands him. This is also the consequences of her action.
Yes.
She should be working with Thylea to craft this message. It shouldn't be on us to do. She wants the responsibility of this action. You can have it.
Then on the way back, we're in a much better position to say, she made us better. Or she died tragically in the mouth of a dragon. Just. Can't just write down where we are and come back to this point if it doesn't go well. Right?
On what I remember from our map, we do have to come back this way to go to those next locations that we were talking about.
Yes,
so
you're
we're going to
correct.
come right back through these waters.
Yep, one way or the other, we're coming right back past the quarry.
Yeah. So we can bring her home, but it's not going to be in 2 days' time. It's going to be in however long it takes.
I'm all for it. And let's do that and see where it goes. I agree with you. I think that having her and Thylea send the message is a good thing.
Thylea will walk over to her. I would say for us, we need it to be explicitly clear that we did not force this upon you, and that this was a choice you made.
Of course, I already wrote that in my note.
But it is important that he knows where you are.
Then tell him that this comes from me, that I have reached you all, that I am well, and that I'm being given a chance to be taken along with you all, and give you a chance to see that I am capable of being my own person. There is no need to hold ill will against the Oracle's chosen. They are being incredibly kind to me. But if you wish it, they will allow my return.
Thylea is going to turn to the rest of the team as if, like, checking with them before basically hitting the send button. Do we want to also have her include where we are going in the off chance they want to join us there?
Sure, why not?
We could either do that or simply include we are coming right back this way in 3 days' time. We could talk about this in person. Talk about what happened in person, not this. Not make it seem like a decision's being made. Just have the conversation about what happened.
So I can come with you all then?
Yes.
No.
If your dad's
Or no.
message does not say that you have to come home immediately and you have to listen to him. If you don't want to listen to him, I guess that's fine, but, like, that kind of sucks. I think we should wait for your dad's return message before we make a decision on that.
In the meantime, the ship will keep going.
Oh yeah, we're not.
You're still here.
Uh,
How far does your dad's power reach? That question.
Can he turn off our boat?
I
We're
don't.
about to find out.
Yeah, if you're worried, I don't think he can reverse his magics. He enchanted your ship. He's not actively focusing on that. He is powerful, certainly. He mentioned once a level of... He'd be an archmage, technically, if he were in the school. But... I just need to know. Because whatever my father says, if you intend to comply with his wish for me to return, I'll just leave now. I'm not going to sit around and be babysat for however many days it takes you all to go to and from the island. I will leave now and get home. I'm more than capable of doing at least that on my own.
In an ideal world, you are doing all you can to fight alongside us. Your father sees that, agrees with the outcome, and supports us in the last battle. I don't think we should have to pretend otherwise.
It's not the world we live in. You know that's not going to happen.
And if the ideal doesn't happen, part of being the Oracle's chosen and making a better world is showing that it could. Giving it the opportunity to happen. I think that's part of our job. That's part of saving the world.
She's looking at the rest of y'all as well. Because you will get a message back from Highwind. Send my daughter home. If you cannot reverse course or stop, then I will have people sent to follow your ship. That is not advisable or possible. Given the danger of your location, my people will not go to the island your sailors have spoken saying you're going to. It is incredibly dangerous. Send her home. I beg of you.
Well, what do we think?
I personally don't feel sending her back by herself would be safe if he's afraid to send his own men out. I think I am honor bound to make sure that they stay safe, and the only safe place I know is on the ship.
Everyone else?
I'm biased. I think anyone should be allowed to venture away from home, so I think she should be allowed to stay should she want to. The consequences will fall on all of us, but she also seems pretty fucking cool. Takes a lot of courage to stand up to a king. Even if that king's just dead.
Eliana?
I don't know. I wasn't against her staying here as a person. It's I can understand where her father's coming from. I don't know if what we're doing is going to convince him.
She has made it clear that it won't. I didn't lie. I do wish we could live in a world where both things can happen. The only chance for both things to happen is for her to be here with us. But as Borghild just said, the consequences will fall on all. There is no one that we have met or asked aboard this ship so far that has truly required us to think about the consequences of them being here. I agree with Leo. It's safer to be here on the ship than in the water. But if she's going to be on the ship, I agree with her. She needs to show she's capable. Which means she's not staying on the ship, she's coming onto an island with a dragon. If that's what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go into a dragon's den?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's start training. She has a quarterstaff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Maybe
I get a wooden sword and I attack her. And I. Next part of your interview.
Because that would be a cool place to fade. Above table, is that our plan?
I think so.
I'll help.
I mean, leave her on the ship, let her come fight a dragon and deal with her dad on the way back.
Sure.
I have to make sure everybody's comfortable with it.
We'll find out what's worse.
Look, this is the exact sort of thing that when I'm playing Baldur's Gate, I save right here and do all three things.
No.
So when there's other people here, I just want to make sure that we're following the path that the group wants to follow.
Pixie.
I'm pretty sure the group likes drama, so let's get this drama.
Run away from home! I did it! It was fun!
Run away from home. One of the people on the boat has to legally sacrifice you to some hags, but it's okay.
I don't know about that.
And
Anyway,
I don't know
also
about that.
It was very quiet.
having her here allows that to continue to be a point of tension.
exactly. So, that all
We
being
don't know.
said,
We don't know. Leo
And-
knows. We don't
Leo
know.
knows. We don't know.
as our camera pulls up from the look of I think it kind of does a little bit of a spin here. The look of absolute joy on Yola's face as she is like doing her best to fend you both off and getting thwacked and training hard in the beginning of the night. Panning over to Defera, looking on, I imagine, and having to consider next steps. And in the distance, the Isle of the Dragon pulls ever closer as a confrontation with Hexia seems all but inevitable. But that is where we're going to end tonight's story. Thank you all so much for joining us. Before we say goodbye, I'd love to give my players and storytellers here a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, and where you can find more of the exceptional work that they put out into the world. Starting, of course, with Comrade Crash.
Hey, I'm Comrade Crash. I played Leo Dracos, the human paladin. You can just find me here every other week. Now I'm going to pass it on to Chrissy.
So you can find me on the internet at Chrissy Crits. You can find me here on Rotating Mondays. You can find me over on Crits and Giggles on Rotating Thursdays. On Rotating Fridays, you can find me over at Christopia's channel, playing the Reclaimers. That's where you can find me on the internet. If you want to find me not on the internet, just don't. HP, you're up.
Hello, I'm Last Hit Point Hero. I played Thrynos Siren, Sorcerer, Blocks Path Demigod. Wants to put a quick save right here. See what happens in 3 days. And then watches the missed alternative endings on YouTube later. That's it for me. Going to Tony.
We'll just restart the campaign real quick. It's fine.
Yeah, just restart the whole campaign. Let's go. I'm Tony. I'll be here in No, I won't be here in 2 weeks. I'll be in Deutschland. So I won't be part of this problem until the end of September. Yeah, that's what you get. Alright, moving on to Corn Dog.
Hey, Corn Dog and Gra. Usually Hex here to tell you guys everything else that I'm in. But they're not here right now. So you can catch me tomorrow over on ESP. Having some fun, being a little himbo who eats so much candy that my teeth fall out almost every stream. It's a delight. And then you can find me every other Thursday, sometimes over on Chris and Crickles with Chrissy. Okay, back to you, Turk. Bye.
Alright, well, thank you all so much. I am Turk or Turk Extended. If, like my players, you all have leveled up recently, like right now,
Ask and ye shall receive.
Does that mean we get a level?
That means you get a level. Congrats, you leveled
we are
up.
here to celebrate this tremendous W.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, well, yes, also happy birthday, Tony. And happy Labor Day last week. But still, delayed. And hopefully a bountiful level up for y'all as we go into what's probably going to be a very tricky fight. I'm very excited to see how y'all handle it. That being said, I'm playing the level up music that I never get to play because I always forget to play it. But if you want to see more of me and the stuff I do, just hang around here on Neon Lights Roleplay or over on Lost Caravan RPG, where I run and am a part of a bunch of really awesome campaigns, including this one, which next episode is going to be in 2 weeks. It's a bi-weekly campaign. So as I can tell, my players are actively looking into level up stuff. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. It is fantastic to see so many people in chat hanging out and voicing their love for these characters. It means the world to us. And yeah, can't wait to see y'all next time. So, that being said, remember the bravest step is the first, and that even the gods are bound by oaths and prophecies. Thank you all so much. Stick around for the raid. Good night. Michelle, take us out.